For so many bookworms of the late 1990s to mid-2000s, Hogwarts Legacy is something of a dream game. After a long line of bang-average licensed titles, developer Avalanche Software is finally letting Potterheads realise their ambitions of attending Hogwarts, taking classes, and exploring the castle without restraint. It's a fantastic idea on paper, and the Salt Lake City studio has turned the hopes of that social and educational simulator into a reality. Hogwarts Legacy is a special experience for Harry Potter fans, packed full of magic, wonder, and charm. However, it shouldn't be ignored just how much of a problematic person the series' real-life author has become. J.K. Rowling holds views we strongly disagree with, and we're not interested in sweeping them under the rug in order to shower Hogwarts Legacy with unfiltered praise. No matter how highly we regard the game, trans rights are human rights. Many members of the transgender community and its supporters have justified reasons for skipping the title entirely, no matter how much of a childhood dream come true it may appear to be. We respect their decision entirely. If you choose to look past the writer's opinions, then what awaits is the Hogwarts simulator you've been waiting more than 20 years for. Given the chance to create your own student at the school, your name will finally be on the class register. There will be a house to call your own, and the establishment's grounds and beyond are open for exploration. Role-playing as a student becomes so easy because it's clear that Hogwarts Legacy comes from a place of immense love. You can feel it as you walk the castle's hallways or browse the shops in Hogsmeade. The open world emits magic at every turn. And you don't have to do much to find said magic either. Simply taking an aimless wander around Hogwarts turns into fun, bumping into side quests or optional puzzles along the way. With so many secrets hidden out of view, the game successfully captures that sense of excitement you'd almost certainly be buzzing with during your first year at the school. It genuinely feels magical. You play as a 5th year late bloomer with the power to see and sense a form of ancient magic. Now, you don't have a lightning scar in your head, but your ancient knowledge proves pivotal in the midst of a goblin uprising. What follows is a lengthy campaign that combines classroom visits with deadly excursions to find out how this power can be harnessed to put an end to the revolt led by a goblin named Ranrock, who has formed a shaky alliance with a legion of dark wizards. Ranrock hardly compares to Voldemort, but the search for ancient knowledge still provides a solid foundation to an enjoyable story. A cast of new teachers and students support your studies and adventures, with the house you pick playing a small part in who you meet. All have their own little quirks and problems to solve in side quests, but it's actually the protagonist you create who drops the ball the hardest. No matter how much you customize them, they'll always have the personality of a chalkboard. With boring line delivery and little in the way of pizzazz, they're a really dull character that feels more like an android than a real person. It's a good job they're not too chatty then, because exploring the gigantic open world wouldn't be anywhere near as fun as it is, with random voice lines and jokes interrupting the mood. Hogwarts Legacy by no means reinvents the genre, and you could easily compare it to your typical Far Cry game. However, what it's got going for it is the magic touch. Every location, assignment and side quest is steeped in sorcery, from the enchanted brooms sweeping the hallways to students casting spells on their mates in between classes. It's a world that feels alive with wonder and spectacle, with something new to see or do around every corner. The map is absolutely huge too, providing a ton of content to complete off the main path. If you're bonkers about the Harry Potter universe, then this is an open world you could easily spend over 100 hours in. But there is one disappointment. Don't expect the side missions themselves to be anything special. There's a lot to sift through, but they're more like 5-minute distractions than side stories worth investing in. Sure, some of them are better than others, but you shouldn't expect any optional plots to provide captivating diversions from the main narrative. Before you get cozy in the Forbidden Forest though, it's worth leveling up and unlocking spells. Alongside exploration, combat is what you'll spend much of your time engaging in. New charms and incantations are learned from mainline classes and voluntary assignments, allowing you to increase your magical arsenal as you follow the goblin movements. All the classic spells you remember from the books and movies return, letting you interact with the environment to uncover secrets and blast bad guys. As you unlock more complex spells, the skill tree opens up ways of customizing loadouts. Expanding your capabilities further, you can switch between them on the fly and start to build up some impressive combos as you transition from one charm to the next. Pull an enemy in with an Accio and then set them on fire with an Incendio, or cast Disillusionment to go invisible and silently subdue them with Petrificus Totalis. The game offers up quite a few different methods of approaching fights, making for a really fun combat system that meets your needs. With exploration and combat encounters taking up so much time and energy, your character needs a place to rest up and replenish supplies. The Room of Requirement provides that home base, which can be customised to your liking with various decals and ornaments. It's a neat little feature that's a boon for the overall experience, and it at least helps to streamline what is far and away the most annoying thing about the game. While they're not essential to progression, you are also able to brew potions and grow plants, so you have more ways of healing or improving your characters during duels. You can craft them at specific stations, but the kicker is there are timers attached to making each individual potion or plant. It would be nice to peruse the game's menu while you wait for these potions, but the timer stops when you do. It feels like a massive oversight, as you can be left waiting minutes to fill up on healing potions, for example. But when you actually do have that time to surf through the menus, things get even worse, as information is spread all over the place, it has a terrible map of Hogwarts, and it's all controlled with a slow cursor. It feels both tedious and poorly thought out. However, they are complaints that simply fall by the wayside when you're caught up in a magical story beat or an intense duel with another wizard. Avalanche Software has expertly captured the magic and vibe of Harry Potter, thus creating the Hogwarts simulator we've always dreamt of. Kicking back and relaxing in the common room is a joy, while exploring the surrounding regions aboard a broomstick is delightful. When the title has so accurately recreated the school every Potterhead has wanted to attend, it's difficult to let a handful of clunky menus get in the way of the experience. And while it's not even close to being the best looking game on PS5, there's a lot of gorgeous scenery in the Scottish Highlands to marvel at as you're exploring original locations not mentioned in the novels or films. The castle itself looks spectacular too, towering over the landscapes as you explore odd jobs in the Forbidden Forest. The frame rate matches the visuals with smooth performance no matter which mode you pick. We opted for the balanced mode, which supports VRR to adjust the frame rate on the fly. Then there are fidelity and performance modes either side, allowing you to opt for better graphics or a smoother frame rate. Ray tracing is also an option along with the high performance mode for TVs that support up to 120 frames per second. Sony's PS5 DualSense controller also receives a bit of love with haptic feedback, turning spellcasts into rumbles inside the middle of the pad. You can feel when a particularly powerful charm has been used, and your footsteps are turned into vibrations on either side of the controller at opportune moments. Then there's a bit of resistance on the adaptive triggers, but you can't feel it quite as much as the haptic feedback. Overall though, Hogwarts Legacy has turned the hopes and dreams of Harry Potter fans into a reality. Finally, there is a proper simulator of the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, allowing you to create your own student, attend classes and explore the vast landscapes outside. It's not without its issues. Side quests prove to be far too basic, the menus are poor, and annoying timers hurt the player experience, but they don't get in the way of something that so blatantly comes from a place of extensive love for the source text. Almost 26 years after Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone hit bookshelves, video game fans finally have a magical title to be proud of. It's everything we've dreamt of. And that is our review for Hogwarts Legacy. Let us know down in the comments whether you plan on picking this one up when it launches on PS5 on February 10th. Now if you're looking for a more in-detail review, you can check out Liam's written review over on the Push Square website. I'll leave a link to that down in the description. While you're here though, if you enjoyed the video, why not leave a like? That really does help us out. And even better, subscribe to the channel if you're in the marketplace for more PlayStation video content. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.